Look, it was my screencastify window. I'm going to come in, guys. I'm not happy with these trees yet, so I'm going to show you some edits I could make to make myself happier with them. I'm going to do that with the pencil tool real quick here. And you have to start on the path. And then we're going to come down and make more of a gap here. Ish. Or maybe it's like a mossy knoll. I don't know. This is what I get for doing a project on the fly. Could be trees in the distance. Could not. I'm actually going to copy this and paste it in front. Bring to front. And I'm going to flip it. Object, transform, and reflect. Just to give me some more depth. Let me zoom it out so you can see. I'm liking that a lot better. And then again, as things get further away from you, they get lighter and lighter. So I'm feeling much better about the way this looks. Let's have this come down. And this is what I get for building a project on the fly, but sometimes those are my best projects. So all the better for you guys. Trees, cool. All right, let's talk about our grass. Let's create I'm probably gonna go with my slightly darker green just to have some contrast between those two. Let's go like so. And I do not want to leave this straight line. We're going to do things to make it look like it's going back into space, like bring this shape forward. And maybe edit this path. So let me go ahead and bring that forward. And come up in here, up in here. Nature does not like straight lines, so we're going to just kind of, yeah. I'm sure that was a very technical term for what I'm doing. Just kind of coming out. Coming out of our cage, and we're doing just fine. Feeling some kind of way about this shape, but I'm not sure what yet. Oh, that's cool. Now we've got this over here. Let's select that and make it go into the distance. I'm hoping that in watching me, you guys will be getting your own ideas. I want to break free of the cookie cutter. And bring it back to the path. That's a little more organic, yes. Yes, good. Remember, I have changed my eraser. Yeah, I'm into this. I'm into it. Cool, let's talk about maybe making this more opaque. Ooh, I like that. There's lots of different ways you can go about this. I'm feeling that more. All right, so let's do a body of water. We're going to, again, use our lovely pencil tool, but this time I'm going to just turn the stroke off. I don't have a particular color in mind yet. And you don't want to go up like this. You want it to rest firmly on the ground. You want it to be in perspective. So no vertical lines, only diagonal and horizontal. And you can decide how you want this body of water to look, whether it's a stream, whether it's a lake. I'm going kind of for a lake here. And I'm actually going to fill, whoops, should have locked that. I'm going to fill this with the same color as my sky, because if you think about it, water reflects the sky. And we're going to add a little bit of dimension here. Right now it just looks like a hole in our picture, so I'm going to add some of this green highlighting right along here. You know how I'm going to do that? I'm going to offset path it. I'm going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. I want it in here negatively. That's probably a little too much, so let's go 1.2. Or 0.12, not 1.2. And let's put a stroke on that. We don't want to fill anymore. Let's see if it did in fact put a stroke. It did, it's just not very thick. That's probably not the best way to do that, guys. Never mind, don't do the offset path. Let's zoom in instead. I'm going to take my pencil tool anew and kind of draw in some shapes for my ledge. And I want to just kind of make sure I'm following up in here. Keep the ledge consistent. You probably wouldn't see it on the bottom end because of where you're looking from your viewpoint. And you can always go in and erase. I'm being kind of blasé about where this goes right now. And I want that filled. There, I don't even have to do any erasing. We like that very much. Except this little area right here that's starting to bother me. That needs fixed. So let's select that path. And make it follow the rest of the edge. There we go. And I can skinny that up if I really need to. There's a million anchor points there. I don't want to mess with a million anchor points. You can also use your arrow keys to be a little more precise, children. All right, let's zoom out and see what that looks like. I could probably have a little bit of a ledge here too, so I should go in and do that. Deselect. And just come on in and draw in that there ledge. Peninsula or something. You want to think a little bit about scale too, my friends, in terms of how far away is the thing you're looking at. And let's zoom out. That's better. Cool. And I can start to have kind of like these irregular shapes that show where the ground is. I'm going to mess around a lot with the opacity. You can do in some clumps of grass, or you can do weird things like this. Let's do some of these highlights. Kind of like so. Getting a million text messages. It's kind of like that. You can take those shapes, transform them, wiggle them around, make them work for you. This is already becoming more two-dimensional, and I like it very much. Do a shadow or two here. You want to keep everything kind of irregular, honestly. Things in nature are not regular. Oh, that's the same color. Whoops. Let's do the darker one then. Stuff like that. Let's talk about some grass. So I'm actually going to start with my pencil tool over yonder. Same color. Who's your color? Any color. And start to draw in some grass tufts. Now I don't want it to look completely cartoony, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Right now my opacity is down. And I can use and stagger those kind of around. Command C, Command F. Let's do a mixture of the different greens to kind of offset those. I'm just kind of hiding this flat edge, if I'm being perfectly honest. Command C, Command V. Let's flip it. Let's rotate it. Command C, Command F. Back to the dark stuff. Scooch down so your light stuff is showing. Oh, didn't want that. Cool. And I'm going to do a couple more of those and clean those up as I see fit. But I'll catch you in a minute on the next video.